Welcome from Monte Vista Christian School. I'm going to just walk through a couple of the pieces that I'm assembling for this storyboard kit that we're creating for those attending the Book Barn Raising Summit in December. And the first part, you'll see I've got everything color-coded, so all the cards have a specific color-coded ring that tells you what they are. The blue is a section or a header, and then underneath it will be subheaders. This very first part is setting up the whole story, the framing of the book. So I walk you through different elements. The green are the subcategories. So for example, the very first thing we're going to do is talk about what is the concept. Now the concept in the book is our twist on a story that may seem ordinary on the outside, but when we look at it, is completely other than what we expect. So in that concept, we'll also develop what we call the hook. So the concept we're dealing with is that for 40 years, we've been dealing with the problem of teacher disengagement as a central issue to the lack of performance in schools. So the reframe or the concept or the big idea is, what if it isn't disengagement? What if it's something else, but it looks like disengagement on the surface? So that's the powerful reframe that we're going to use. The other reframe too is if you look at most of the books, they're specifically about student engagement. Well, this one is going to begin with the teacher as the hero. So another part of it too is we'll look at and ask you to come up with movie concepts that might relate to the way you want to tell your story. Star Wars, Silver Linings Playbook. So for example, one of the other areas too is we're going to have you develop your pitch. You know, this is like Precious meets Field of Dreams. You know, that's how you come in to help somebody visualize what the story is going to be like. So one of the ways to imagine what we're talking about is Cinderella. You know, this princess, this person who was undervalued and abused, all of a sudden has this shining moment and becomes the belle of the ball, so to speak. The person we're all after, the person that the prince falls in love with. So that's powerful because these are common and archetypal images. So we'll stop for now. I'll pick it up with some of the other elements that we'll be using to just get your heads and your minds prepared for the work we're going to do in December.